What's going on, y'all? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Be sure to hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notification so that you're able to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. Now, uh, for you punk motherfuckers, man, that sat up here and doubted Devin Haney, saying that this guy is not as good as Tank and he's not as good as Canelo, and he's not as good as Shakur Stevenson and some of the other people. He'll never live up to some of these other guys' skill set. Well, he did it. Okay, and for those of y'all that don't know, I am a Devin Haney fan. I've been rocking with Devin Haney since the beginning, unlike some of these other fake motherfuckers out here. Okay, Devin Haney has defeated George Kambozo. I call him Kambozo because that's what he is. He's a bozo. He sat up there and he talked all that shit, and then had the nerve enough to sit up there and not make weight, uh, and then try to do everything that he could to try to sabotage him and everything. But you, one thing that you can't do, you can't you can't underestimate the heart of a champion, and not only that, you can't doubt the heart of a champion, and not only that, you can't stop the heart of a champion. And Devin Haney has become the undisputed lightweight champion. Okay, and this was fought in Australia, of course, which a few hours ahead of us. Now Devin Haney, he sits at 28 and 0 with 15 knockouts on his record. Uh, pretty much pretty much dominated the fight with ease. He used his jab to dictate the pace to win, as he's always done. Kept good range as always. Uh, you know, one thing that I'll say about this, right, is everybody talks about Shakur Stevenson having great range. I've talked about it too and everything. People sleep on Devin Haney's range. Now, in the first round, uh, he was, you know, Bozo was looking to try to get off that right hand a lot, and trying to use that same punch that he did in which he dropped Lopez, but it wasn't working with Devin Haney. Uh, then in I would say round uh, round round 2 through 5, he pretty much was tactical throughout the whole fight, and more importantly, like I said, it goes back to the jab, and his defensive skills was much too much for Bozo, and he would just rout in the fight. Uh, Now, a lot of people kept saying this. Okay, one thing that I noticed that Dev took very seriously was that everybody kept saying that he needed to follow up that jab with either an uppercut, or a strong right hand, some sort of combination that would kind of wow the judges or whatnot, and that's what he did. He was following up with the right hand, and Bozo wasn't gonna land anything because what's it called? Haney pretty much wasn't respecting him, and it was more fuel to the fire for him to dominate. And then through round 6 and 7, uh, you really started to see Bozo's face really show the damage and everything, and he went ahead, he went ahead and you know just easy work. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that you saw throughout the fight that was evident, that Haney was winning was the fact that his face was clean than a motherfucker. Okay. Now the only round that you could probably say that that Bozo even probably had was, I would say, the ninth tenth round. I probably would have gave him the ninth round, but uh Bozo, he tried to come on too late, but it just wasn't happening. Haney was still keeping his distance. Um, Bozo, he tried to land a few shots, but he was making them pay every time, just making them pay as Haney always does. And the thing about it is of course he dominated the last round and everything, really sharp. But the thing I was just about to say is that one thing another thing that's really slept on about Devin Haney is his ring IQ. Okay, his ring IQ is phenomenal. It's up there with Earl Spence. It's shoot, it's up there with Mayweather. Okay, it's up there with Mayweather. I'm not saying he's greater than Mayweather or anything, but it's up there with Mayweather. Okay, this guy right here, he's a tactical fighter. He's a tactical boxer. You know what I'm saying? He don't need to get in there, and he's offensive. He's offensive as well as defensive. So I'm glad that the doubters and the naysayers, they did everything that they could to try to prevent this guy from becoming undisputed. That's what they wanted, but he's still not going to stop. He's got the straps. He is undisputed, lightweight champion. Devin Haney, man. Salute to you, and salute to uh, Bill Haney, man. And I'm gonna say this last thing too, before I get off of here. Um, I don't think that he would he would have performed any any less better if Bill Haney wasn't there, because I think that the amount of work that Devin Haney is able to put in with his skill set, with his, what's up with it, Memphis? I see you in the building. I'll let you in here. I think that with the skill set that this young man has, it really didn't make it wouldn't have made a difference if Bill showed up, or if he didn't show up or whatever. But having Bill there, it definitely it definitely added more fuel to the fire. But I think what really added more fuel to the fire was the fact that he did not show up and make weight. First, initially, I think that them not letting Bill in Australia from the get, that was already fuel for the fire. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's what you gotta like about Devin Haney. One thing that I've always admired about Devin Haney is his composure and his poise and everything. Even when all these guys, everybody always talks shit about him. You know what I'm saying? And the guy still, he's busy fighting all the fights that he needs to fight. He ain't turning down anybody or whatever. He fights who's in front of him. He ain't ducking nobody or none of that stuff. And that's why I've always ride for him. Don't sit up here and try to jump on the train now with Devin Haney talking about, oh yeah, you like Devin Haney and all this other stuff. I'm talking about these fake motherfuckers that really haven't kept up with Devin Haney. Go look at my videos. I always, when I talk about boxing, I always throw Devin Haney in there, and I have maintained this, okay. And I know people are gonna sit up here, they gonna try to challenge me on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney will will beat Tank. Okay, he can beat Tank. All right. Well, he's already good, man. He's undisputed, Steven. He's already good. He's already good. He's straight cleaned up. I mean, he did what was necessary to get the belts and to get the straps or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And he is going to get better, but I mean, he's already at the top of the game. Listen, eh, if you look at all of these guys that are in boxing right now, all right, you sit up here and y'all are saying, "Oh yeah, Tank this and Crawford this and all these other guys," but you fail to realize that Devin Haney is constantly battling different guys or whatever, and he don't turn down the fights, and he takes the fights that's necessary, even if it's a fight that is not going to pay that much. This nigga was willing to fly across the ocean, around the world, in a different territory. A lot of niggas is not doing that nowadays. So Stephen Green, you was up in here first, man. What you got on the fight, man?
Man, what's up, Cool G rapping Polo? Haley, that's my first time seeing him fight. He's like one of those fighters. Now you see me, now you don't. Um, the the opponent, he had a hard time landing his punches, and like I said, he's only what 23 years old. He's gonna get better and better each every time he fight. Um, he reminds me of a Muhammad like he does
Man, god damn, man. How come every time you get on this motherfucker, man, your phone fucking up, man? God damn, man. Shit. Like Atari out in this motherfucker. God damn, nigga. Yeah, they'll pump up the volume and
Alright,
shit. God damn.
alright. Where did I leave off at?
I don't know, nigga. It's like
Oh,
Transformers
oh,
out in this motherfucker. God damn, nigga.
alright. I was saying, Haley's one of those type of fighters. Now
Goddamn
you see,
GoBots and shit like
yeah, Haley's like one of those fighters. Now you see me, now you don't.
Oh man. Whew. I had to get that
How
out,
about
man.
now? That
Shit.
clear?
Goddamn Star Wars and Darth Vader and shit. Like,
Man, don't feel bad, Stephen Green. My shit be fucking up too. Sound like I'm on the jail. Sound like I'm on the phone downtown at the county
man.
jail.
Goddamn Logan won out in this bitch, nigga. Let me shut up, man.
That's
Go
that's
ahead,
that.
Steven. All right, I can hear y'all niggas now. Go ahead, Steven.
Yeah, I was saying, now you see me, now you don't. Uh,
Yeah, you
he hard hit.
it do it
Hard hit.
it doing it
To
again, man. It's still doing it
I'm by
again.
the window.
Okay. Yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
All right,
you need
is
to
that
go on the
better?
porch.
No, because I
Is that
really
is
I
that
really want I'm really trying to hear what Steven got to say. This is his first time. I've been watching Haney since I've been watching Haney like since he was young. Like
right?
before I let Memphis go, let me let y'all know that he sparred Tank when they were younger, and Tank had got the best of him. But this because you got to remember Tank is he's a little bit older than Haney. But
Okay,
now I feel like Haney. If there's three guys that I feel that could actually be the face of boxing and carry on right now, and that is of course Tank is one of them, but it's Haney and Shakur Stevenson and Jerron Boots Ennis or whatever.
I feel you. I agree.
Right. Right. And
Yeah.
I hope Errol Spence and Crawley get that deal because I want to see that fight.
Who?
Crawford and Spence.
Well, yeah, it's set for October. You know what I'm saying? It's set for October in Las Vegas or whatever. And so I know a lot of people they sitting up there, they doubting it, they saying it's not gonna happen and everything. That fight is getting ready to happen. They closing on the deal. You know what I'm saying? So you can go to all the hard hitters within the LDBC community. They'll tell you. And I don't need to sit here and name them. Everybody has confirmed it. You know what I'm saying? So um,
Yeah.
Memphis, man, what you got on the fight, man?
First off, I want to say thank you to Devin Haney for saving my damn parlay. I seen a couple of his fights. He's a bad dude, man. I say he can carry this sport, bro.
Yeah.
He's a bad dude, man. He kind of look like, to me, well, in my opinion, he kind of look like, almost look like Spence a little bit out there.
You know, nah. Some people, some people have said I can't really, yeah, because of his size. You know, he is around like that 5'9", and he uses his jab real well and everything, and he knows how to keep a motherfucker at bay. You know what I'm saying, with that jab. That's what he was doing the whole time and stuff. And see what everybody wanted him to do, Steven and Memphis. They wanted him to follow up with that right hand. That's what everybody was saying. In order for him to really wow the judges and everything like that, they wanted him to follow up with that right hand after the jab. But he was dominant. He was clearly dominating the fight and making him miss at every angle. That he didn't even really need to do that.
Okay. Yeah. So what's next for Haley? What's his next opponent? So who's next in line for this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're pushing for Tank, but I know that he's pretty much he's cleaned up everything. You know what I'm saying? He got he pretty much got all the straps. So um, you know, I think Tank would be his best bet. I think that's what the people will want to see. That's what at least people will want to push for. And really take him seriously. This dude is not to be fucked around with. Man, see, I respect motherfucker. You see how niggas don't really talk about a nigga like this, right? They don't really say shit about him or whatever, but this nigga, this nigga accomplishing everything. But Tank getting all the shine. They are like Tank this, Tank that, and all that other stuff. And it's no disrespect to Tank or anything, but this nigga undisputed though.
Okay.
This nigga undisputed though.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and, and, and he don't pull out of fights. He ain't up in here getting on social media talking. He ain't talking all that trash. Nah. He said, look, I'm gonna fly to this motherfucker. And that motherfucker Kambozo, he ain't Cambosis. His name is Kambozo, because he a bozo the clown ass motherfucker gonna sit up there and not had a nerve not to make weight, Memphis.
Damn. Damn. Mm, mm, mm. That's crazy. That's crazy, Polo. That is crazy. Who y'all got winning the fight between? I got a question though. Who y'all got winning the fight between Spence and Crawford?
My man Crawford.
I got Spence.
I got Crawford. I got Crawford in the decision. A split decision.
I got Earl. winning it, and I think he could actually. I think he could pull the unthinkable by actually
Knock it
uh,
out, bro.
pulling the stoppage. Let me tell you why though. See, what we got to understand is that, of course, Crawford, he's older, and Crawford hasn't been fighting. He hasn't fought. It'll be a while since he's fought ever since what the Sean Porter fight. He doesn't fight on a regular like Earl Spencer. If you notice, after Earl Spence had fought, guess what? He hit the ground running again. He fought Danny Garcia. Then guess what? Then turned around back door. Then you know what I'm saying, he went ahead, followed that up, and then he fought uh Ugas or whatever. He don't waste no time or whatever. Even after having a whole ordeal with this with the retina issue. And that I think that's what's gonna separate the two. But you gotta respect Crawford and you gotta respect his power. You never sleep on Crawford's power.
Yeah, crazy deep. Crawford got a crazy defense too. But it's interesting. If they're gonna sign a rematch clause,
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
crazy.
yeah. So Devin. I'm sorry about that. Not Devin Haney. Earl Spence. But and them fighting in Vegas. I really wanted to fight in either like Atlanta or even here in Dallas or whatever. But they chose Vegas.
or they could afford in California or for in Jersey.
Yeah, they're trying to push for the Oakland Raiders. I mean, not the Oakland, the Las Vegas Raiders stadium. And if they have it there, guess what, man? That's gonna be a big venue, man. And see, this is the thing. Like Memphis, I think you said this before. You said that boxing dead, or I don't know if it was you or somebody else, man, but everybody like boxing dead. Nah, boxing is cooking again, nigga. Because then you got Deontay Wilder about to step back up in this bitch.
Yeah, but the thing is, Polo, is that undefeated fighters don't want to match up with undefeated fighters. Like back in the day, it didn't matter what record you was. They fought what they fought. But it's like undefeated fighters like rarely fight undefeated fighters. That's rare now these days.
Well, yeah, that's because everybody's so concerned with holding their oath. Everybody's so concerned with with being undefeated.
Yeah, yeah. But I hope they fight a 2-fight deal though.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, what do you think about the cruiserweight fighters?
Between who?
Um, man, I don't even have no idea. Cruiserweight fighter used to have the
The last, the,
spotlight.
the last. I mean, you got uh Usyk. Well, that's still heavy. He fight between both, but you got Usyk getting ready to fight Joshua.
Okay.
And I think Joshua got to win that fight, man. Joshua got to win that fight. He got to
Okay.
win it because if he don't, ain't nobody gonna really take him seriously like that anymore.
You
Who
think
that?
you think
What you say, man?
I said, who you talking about? Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He.
Oh, BFM. BFN. He just big for nothing, nigga.
Yeah. You think
Right.
you think Tyson Fury can be defeated?
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, you think anybody heavyweights can defeat him?
Yep.
Yep. I think Usyk can. I think Usyk is he got a he got better footwork.
Right.
He, and he got better. It just is my Tyson Fury can he got skill too, but not like Usyk.
Yeah, Tyson Fury, he's flat footed. He doesn't have good footwork, but he got good power.
He got size, man. I mean,
Yeah, I think Wilder could beat him.
Could be who?
Could beat Tyson Fury.
man, we already that ship done sailed, man.
Right, it's over. They might
That
can
ship done
find.
sailed. They done fought 3 times, man.
Ain't nobody gonna buy into it no more, man. It's over.
If Wilder can come back, get his mind right, he could be a
Man, look,
different fighter.
Yeah, he
I
ain't gonna fight him again though.
I don't know what I don't know what type of dream Triple G and Canelo be selling these fans.
Hmm.
They Canelo already beat him 3 times already.
I
What you
think he
say
fought
about
twice.
Canelo?
Didn't he already beat Triple G 3 times?
Nah, he the draw was the first time, beat him the second time. This will be the trilogy.
Hmm.
We already know Canelo gonna be.
Triple G, man, Triple G fucking 40 years old, man. This nigga he still he fighting the same fights, man. This motherfucker, man, just get out the game, man. You ain't doing you fighting the same motherfuckers, man.
And then
Yeah.
it ain't even bad. The problem ain't him fighting the same motherfuckers. The problem is you losing fighting the same.
Yeah. Like, dog, what are you doing? And he's still stuck in the same division, Steven. Now look, the only person I give credit to, R.I.P. Marvin Hagler, because he stayed at middleweight his whole
Right.
entire career. But uh, I mean, Marvin Hagler was way more successful, and he
Hmm.
was revered.
Yeah.
Man, Triple G ain't revered. He ain't fighting nobody except for Canelo, in
Yeah,
which he
and
still fights.
he will stand there losing every fight he fight. I don't know what he ain't fight. See, man, them folks is like the black Floyd, I mean the white Floyd Mayweather. They just milk people for all and people buy into it. Foul Floyd fights, man. Floyd didn't really fight nobody, man. They could beat him, nobody but Madonna.
Yeah. Yep.
The worst thing that could have happened for boxing was Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. That was the worst thing ever could have happened for boxing, man.
Yeah.
Man, if Conor McGregor would have pulled off the unthinkable though, that would have been crazy, man. But I like the way they sold that fight though, because it a lot of people did tune in though, Memphis, to watch that fight just to see if
Yeah.
Conor McGregor had somewhat of a chance, man.
Man, that fight did better
Mhm.
than Mayweather and Pacquiao. Actually, that shit did way better than that.
Yeah.
Floyd knew he beat up on what's his name? Sugar Shane Mosley, cause he was old. He beat up on everybody old, man. It was done. Everybody except for Madonna. Everybody else he beat up, he knew he was gonna win. So they was done, they was shot.
Well, not everybody was old, but like with Floyd Mayweather, you got to give him. He fought and beat the most world champions. Um, but at the same token, I understand what you're saying though. People wanted to see, like, okay, with the Pacquiao fight, people would have wanted to see that fight like nine 9 years prior. They didn't want to see Pacquiao and Mayweather like beyond their primes or whatever. Even though what I'm saying, they still got in there, they did their thing or whatever, but they wanted to see it younger or whatever. The fight is sold. I think it had a historic number, but they still it didn't live up to the expectations. It didn't live up to the hype.
No, because they had milked it for all it was worth. About time they got to the fight, people was like, oh, okay. Floyd Mayweather there. Manny Pacquiao talking about his shoulder was hurt
He
from the
talking about coming back too. I'm like,
Who
man,
coming back?
Manny, just sit down, bro.
Manny Pacquiao coming back?
oh my god. Man, I don't know man about this boxing. I don't like UFC, but I can't handle the boxing, man. When the May I mean with the man ain't coming back in the ring, man.
Man, you just need to forget it, man. You just need to
I
forget it.
feel like well, if that's the case, then George Foreman to put on his gloves and come on back and Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, bring back Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Holyfield tried to come back.
Come on, man.
And you see how
Holyfield
that
had
worked out.
But see
Holyfield had.
that Floyd fault, man. Floyd damaged boxing, man.
Why you say that?
Man, cuz man, we need to get back to the days when boxing was fun, man. Where
Well,
they
it's getting
you
back to that, Memphis. It's getting back to that. That's what I was just saying. We got to stop pushing that narrative, man. You know, It- listen, dude. This fight that's about to happen between Spence and Crawford is about to be the biggest fight since um, Hitman and Sugar.
Are you gonna buy the pay-per-view, Polo?
yeah, you know Polo gonna dig the money up out his mattress and buy that fight. You better know it.
I'm purchasing that.
I told
Yeah,
you.
If I could have been at the fight, I would have went.
yeah.
That's gonna be an epic fight because they're not too sure if it's gonna be a rematch clause, but if it is, I would like to see both fights. You know what I'm saying? But for right
Right.
now, we taking everything one step at a time. It took them this long to try to get it, everything squared away on the back end and all the negotiating and stuff. But the
Yeah, I
fact
thought,
that
Hey,
the fact that
hey,
they
hey,
closing on a deal, this is epic, man, and it's about to happen. They wanted to do it in September.
right. Which between Spence and Crawford, which one you probably think fought the opponent that was more of a challenge? I think Spence fought more opponents than Crawford that was more like a challenge.
mm-hmm.
Crawford, like, I mean, to me, the only fight he fought was Gambola, the Cuban guy. But Spence fought like tougher fights than Crawford.
Well, they both fought some of the same people. They both fought Sean Porter. They both fought Kell Brooks. You know what I'm saying? Uh, what's it
They
called?
both beat Porter.
Yeah, they both beat Sean Porter, even though that Sean Porter Sean Porter actually could have beat Spence. It was just up until that knockdown in that last round.
Hey, Polo, do you watch UFC?
I watch it all, man.
Okay.
I don't watch
I
enough.
watch it
I can't.
all. Shit, I even watch golf, nigga. But man, shit, you talk. Hey, Memphis, you already know how I get down, nigga. I watch everything, nigga. Nigga, I watch a high school game, nigga.
Yeah, I like golf. You know what? I want to start playing
You
golf.
got, everybody got to open up their mind, man. Everybody like, oh nah, man, I just watch NBA and all this. Well, you selling yourself short because shit. That's why motherfuckers don't even believe in the goddamn game. They be like, oh yeah, you got a nigga like Steven, like, oh yeah, well the refs fix the game and shit like that, nigga. That don't happen in high school. That don't happen in college. That don't happen at no middle school game. That don't happen in like a sport like rugby and shit like that. You can't fix no goddamn game.
In college, you can.
You watch are you gonna watch the women that come up? Cause I'm gonna watch it.
Which one?
The women, I think it's starting 2 weeks. The tournament.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um, um,
Las Vegas, Las Vegas, looking real good, man. You are talking about WNBA, right?
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
uh,
What'd you say,
he
Memphis?
said. I thought he was talking about the women tennis.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was talking about the women tennis. Yeah, I was.
Oh, you talking about tennis? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, girl, done won. What's her name? She won the whole thing.
You talking about Coco?
Yeah, she just won.
I think this will be her time to win the Wimbledon tournament. This is her time. And she's gonna get better and better.
Yeah, I fuck with tennis, and then what's her name? Naomi Osaka. She going through it bad. She talking about uh, you know, she just going through her mental stuff, man. I thought Osaka was just gonna arise from everything, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Polo. I'm like you, man. I like all sports, man. Not just football and basketball. I like it all, man.
Yeah, I mean, you look, and you know, basketball. Don't get me wrong, basketball is my main. That's my main squeeze, and of course, football and everything. But I mean, I guess I guess it's because I I had like friends that was involved in different genres of sports and stuff like that. So it was kind of like, well, fuck it, I'll watch this or I'll pay attention to that or something like that as I came up. I I get into soccer really, really like when World Cup happens.
Yeah,
Yeah, I sit down because I like up and down.
right.
Soccer is so exciting. It's so fucking up and down. Like basketball up and down. Football, I think soccer is more exciting than football at times because like football, it, don't get me wrong, I like it, but just the stopping, nigga, I like to go back and forth, like up and down, nigga.
Polo,
I
Polo.
don't know.
Polo. I did baseball. I did taekwondo, and I did kickboxing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so I just play more than one sport. Um,
Mhm.
Taekwondo, I got red belt. Um, Kickboxing, I was like in fourth place. So
Mhm.
I was competitive playing sports,
Right.
but my main sport I love is baseball.
Right.
Yup.
Yeah. My daughter. Matter of fact, my daughter got to compete next week in taekwondo. She got a she got a tournament. She going for her second medal.
Oh, by the way, thanks Polo about my fiance. I took her there today, and she's going for her conceal license.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right. Yeah, I was asking because I was like, yeah, I knew you said you was getting married and everything, so I didn't know uh when that was going down.
Yeah, and she go
Memphis,
because
Memphis, you still there, bro?
he must be asleep.
Yeah, yeah, he sleep, man. It's, it's pro- it's probably a little too late for Memphis right now, man.
I think we're an hour ahead of y'all because I got 122 here.
Yeah, yeah, you're an hour here. We Central Standard, man.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah. Look, Devin Haney, man, he's a force to be reckoned with, man. And if you haven't paid attention to him, continue to pay attention. If this was your first time, watching him,
Right.
uh, definitely just keep paying attention to his journey because the dude is serious, man. Like one of the reasons why I liked him is because nobody really paid attention to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, who is this kid, man? Like, because I was watching him, he was like real young, and the reason why I spotted him, Steven, is because he was doing the pad work.
Oh, okay.
I think he was doing it with senior
Right.
with Floyd Mayweather Senior, if I'm not mistaken.
What's his hometown?
Hold on 1 second, Steven.
Right.
Okay, my fault, Steven. Okay, now you said where's he from? Now I know he from the Bay. He's from the Bay Area. Um,
Okay.
by way of Oakland, because his father Bill Haney, he's from out that way. They from that Oakland area or whatever. Uh, I really want to meet them because my family is out there in Oakland, out in the Bay Area and stuff. And so yeah, I would love to sit down and just have a one on one with the guy if I could ever reach out to him. It wouldn't be hard to, what I'm saying, but cause the guy, man, he works hard. He don't really you don't see him on social media talking that much. And see, this was another thing too. He was training during Ramadan.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Okay.
dude was like, you see what I'm saying? He was training during Ramadan, bro. You know what I'm saying? But some people like, well, what's the big deal with that? I mean, dude, you sitting here fasting and you're doing boxing workouts. And I mean, you said you was in martial arts, so I mean, you know, you can kind of imagine fasting because you got to fast sun up to sun down. or whatever. So
right. Haley got a good IQ in the ring. He's got a
yeah,
very good IQ in the ring. The guy that he was fighting, he was trying to take cheap shots. Him on back of the head, low blows, because he was frustrated that he's losing the fight. He got frustrated, so he's taking cheap shots at this guy. And Haley didn't let it get to his head. He kept fighting his style.
yeah,
He's not a brawler. He's a finesse fighter.
right. Yeah, he's real. He's real tactical in the ring, and I like those. Like that's why like everybody like they're pushing. I can see why a lot of people are pushing for Crawford because a lot of people enjoy Crawford's style more than they do uh, Earl Spence. It's just the fact that Earl Spence he's gonna do everything that he can to get the dub. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what Mayweather used to do. Just get in and get out. You know what I'm saying? Do everything that you can.
Right,
Don't take any unnecessary risk. And that's what you're supposed to do in boxing. Or
right,
shoot, pretty any sport. Don't take no unnecessary risk that you're supposed to. Like okay, see, let's go back to basketball, right?
right,
See, one of the reasons why you kept saying, oh yeah, I got Miami, I got Dallas. One of the reasons why I didn't choose Dallas is because Luca he takes all these unnecessary risks, pulling up from 40 and sitting up there, oh rah rah rah, going all crazy at the beginning of the game and stuff, and by the end of the game you gassed and stuff, you gasping for air and shit. But meanwhile, this other team they're head and shoulders above you because they're playing team ball and they're wearing your ass out. You know what I'm saying? And you just doing, you got one goddamn person that's sitting up in there dribble, dribble, dribble all day and can barely move and shit like that. It's an unnecessary risk if you're sitting up there, you hoisting up the ball all the time and you're a volume shooter and you're shooting a low percentage. That takes away from your team. And then
right.
one of the reasons why I had Boston and I got Boston winning it is because, you know, Al Horford for it goes back to the whole nursing home thing and him or being on dialysis or him being in the hospital or whatever you want to call it. Uh, you know, look, he's 36 years old, but you gotta remember, LeBron James is 38 years old. PJ Tucker is 37. Kyle Lowry 37. There's other players in there that's older than him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta think about uh, why they respect Al Horford and why he's been respected. You go look at his numbers. He's always been good for double double or close to that for his whole entire career. It's not gonna jump out at you. Ain't gonna be no 20 and 10 or no goddamn Tim Duncan numbers or no shit like that. But he does what's necessary to get the win. He don't take no unnecessary risk and shit like that, and neither does Boston. And on top of that, you got a guy like Ema Udoka. He doesn't take any unnecessary risks. He's not gonna sit up there and he's not gonna play Robert Williams all these minutes and shit like that, knowing that this dude came off of a meniscus tear. He's not gonna sit up there and overutilize a guy like Marcus Smart, knowing that this guy could get injured again, and you need Marcus Smart on the floor. So I look at it from that standpoint. A lot of these teams that are in there, and a lot of these people that are in there, they don't take any unnecessary risk.
Yeah, because you kept talking about before the playoff, you were saying that watch out for Boston, and I didn't take your statement serious. I said Boston is like one of those teams like they'll win the first round, they win the second round, and they lose. But you kept saying watch out for Boston, and Boston's now in the NBA Finals because
Well,
Boston play like fundamental basketball.
Well, yeah, I mean, the whole entire. Well, see, the one thing that never went anywhere was their defense. It was their offense that was shaky. They still played hard, but they were only one game below 500 by the All Star break, and then they went from worst to first, and
Right.
that's what me and True the King was talking about because they had four players that were in the top five in various categories when we talk about defensive efficiency and defensive rankings. Robert Williams was number one, and I had Robert Williams between him and Mikael Bridges as defensive player of the year, especially before he got hurt. Because Robert Williams was, I think he was, to my knowledge, he was like fourth or third in blocks, and that was with Bam, with and Jared Jackson Jr. and somebody else. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Jared Allen, but he had a higher defensive rating than Jared Allen did, and that's what kind of sold me because at first I was like Jared Allen, but True to King, he kind of he made me look at that. He was like, and then you had Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart, and Jason Tatum, surprisingly. And the reason why I say surprisingly, Steven, is because he wasn't known. People weren't looking at Jason Tatum for his defense, but guess who brought it out of him? It was Ima Udoka. And
Yeah.
see, what you got to understand is everybody's calling Jason Tatum a fake Kobe and all this other stuff. People don't understand how close of a relationship he had with Kobe. Everybody talks about Kyrie Irving and all this other. No, he worked with Kobe consistently. Kobe wanted Jason Tatum in LA. You know what I'm saying? And what was Kobe's calling card more so than offense? It was defense. Now you're looking at Jason Tatum. Look, he played like I'm not gonna say he played like shit. He had an inefficient game, but he had 13 assists, and he was a plus 16 because of his defense. So when you couple all of that, and you got four guys on your team that are in the top five in various categories when it comes to defense, and then also you're the number one ranked defense. You're playing playoff basketball, and then on top of that, I'm a Udoka. What does he do, Stephen? He adjusts to everything that you throw at him. So
Yes, he does.
okay. Check this out with Brooklyn, right?
Right.
He didn't. He swept them. Didn't need to really do anything, but he was adjusting on the fly. If they got down in the lead or something like that, they felt like Brooklyn was going to win or something like that. Okay, got
Right.
them out of the way. Milwaukee, they were leading the series. Guess what? Just when you thought Milwaukee was going to win, guess what? He came with another strategy. Bam, was able to was able to come back and win the series. Miami, remember Miami was up 2-1. You was talking all the head. You like, yeah, Miami going to the finals, Polo. I was like, Guess what? He figured out something. They came back and they ended up doing it again. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you talking about an adjustment guide, and Steve Kerr don't have nothing in terms of his adjustments on Ami Udoka.
Yeah. Way the Boston playing, the coach. Boston gonna be good for a long time, very long time. And I was looking at the matchup. Golden State don't have no matchup for Robert Williams. Nobody can match up with him on the Golden State team. Luton can't match up with him. Draymond can't match up with him. Then I saw in the beginning of the game. Remember he blocked somebody's shot, but he was caught out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who it was Clay, but he blocked the shot. He can give you rebounds. He can give you defense. That's what I like about Robin Williams.
Mm-hmm.
But they gonna Boston gonna be scary for a long time.
And you got to look at it. You know, everybody talk. Look, we Philly fans, right? And
Right.
everybody talks about Embiid. One of the reasons why they're looking at getting rid of guys like Tobias Harris and Danny Green, which I disagree with the Tobias Harris and everything. They're, and
Maxi.
more so Thibault. Nah, Maxi, Maxi's staying. Maxi's not going nowhere. But
Okay.
those are the other guys. But see, you got to be able to generate offense too. Jaylen Brown is such a gifted like guy. He came through. See, they got like at least 6 guys on that roster that can get you 20, Steven. How many guys on our roster can get you 20? How many guys can get you 20? How many guys can be efficient?
That a lot.
None of them. Everybody like,
Oh,
oh yeah, Harden, man, we going to the chip. Yeah, right, man. You inefficient and shit. You don't deserve no max contract.
nope.
Oh yeah, man, and B, yeah, he gonna be straight. And that man, you can't depend on that motherfucker because he ain't durable. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But guess what? Grant Williams, he can get you 20. Can get hot anytime. That's one. Go ahead, you can mark it down. You know what I'm saying? Jason Tatum, he could get you 20. He could get you 30. He could get you 40. That motherfucker could get you 50. Go ahead,
Yeah.
mark that down. That's 2. Jaylen Brown, he could get you 20. He could get you 30. He could get you 40. Go ahead and mark that down. Al Horford, nursing home. Damn near on the deathbed, whatever you said. He could get you 20. He could get you 30. And he could get you some rebounds too.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Marcus Smart, number 5. He could get you 20. Damn near get you 30. And he could shoot an efficient rate from the 3.
Yep.
Need to keep going? Cause I ain't even
Derek.
mention I ain't even mention some of them other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I could get you Pritchard. Pritchard could get you that at 20 off the
Derek.
bench.
Derek White too.
Derek White, yeah, that's 7. You know what I'm saying? You got 7 guys on that motherfucker that can get you 20. He had 20 last game. He had 21.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you take that into account. You take the defense. And on top of that, you take the motherfuckers that's durable, even though they might get injured. Guess what? Marcus Smart still coming out there limping. I know motherfuckers up in there saying, "Oh yeah, he flopping and all that other stuff." Look, I done seen Marcus Smart play at the gym. Nigga, that
Oh,
nigga will first step you and dunk on your motherfucking ass. Up in there throwing lobs to Des Bryant and shit. Like nothing.
Marcus Smart is like that bad boy player. He like that player, like he gets into your skin. Like you can't stand. He gets into your skin. He that type of player that give you that defense and can shoot on the outside. That's the type of
And they,
player he is.
the nigga is nice.
Yeah.
The nigga is nice, you know what I'm saying? But he just has to play his role in the NBA. But you come out here, man, that
You
nigga
think
will murder anybody in front of him. But like I said, man, Boston, they're a force to be reckoned with. I've
do
been
you,
talking about them since the beginning, and although they're not my team,
right.
I just saw a lot in them, and they're built for a championship. They're not built for just a regular season. They're not just
No.
built just to go deep in the playoffs. Now, I'm a Udoka. You talking about a guy? Everybody giving Brad Stevens his credit and all this other stuff. Nigga, it's been I'm a Udoka.
Yeah. Do you see Boston going back next year?
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, these guys right here are for real. I'm a Udoka. Man, you talking about somebody that's been under pop. They act like Ama Udoka don't have championships on his resume. They act like Ama Udoka ain't been a part of winning franchises.
Yeah. But
They act
that you
like
know
he
what?
haven't been around champion. The nigga knew what KD was capable of, and he neutralized that shit. And
Yeah.
plus the motherfucking Nigerian man, you know you can't sleep on the motherfucking Lagos motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Right. Look, look. The division. The division that we in. Division that we in right now. Boston's going to be in first place. Toronto's going to be in second. Brooklyn's going to be third, and I see us being in fourth. But we'll go to the playoffs, and I'm not taking fourth place. I want us to try to go to the top, and I want us to get some good players, and I want us to do good in the draft. And if it was
Well,
up to me, I'd get rid of Hard in a heartbeat.
yeah,
It's just that it started with management. We're not making good decisions as far as management. Give if you're gonna like you were saying, if you're gonna get that max contract, give it to Maxi. Give him the max deal, because like you say, he's gonna be the future of our team. He's gonna be the future. James Harden, he got about a few years left, and then too, I don't see him retiring in Philadelphia. I see him, going somewhere else.
I mean, you look, we got a 23rd overall pick, but it's gonna have to be somebody like a Gary Williams from Duke. It's gonna have to be somebody that's gonna be able to back up and be somebody that's durable. And then, we- man, Steven, I like Thibault, and I know he's been working on his offense and all that other stuff. But I give up Thibault for a caliber player like a Mikal Bridges or like a
Uh,
like a Marcus Smart or even a Jalen Brown. Not to say that that's going to happen, but those type of players, you know why? Because while they play great on defense, they can also score too. Thibault is a liability on offense, bro. He's a liability. Danny Green, his career is over with.
yeah,
Shake Milton, he's unmotivated to play.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that we have to address. Given what we up in here deciding stupid shit, Steven. Oh yeah, does Harden deserve a max contract? Man, fuck all that shit. No, he don't deserve no max, man. Get him the fuck up out of there. He didn't help anybody, man. Come on, man. You went scoreless in the goddamn fourth quarter. Nigga, you shooting a 37%, 20 from the three. Nigga averaging damn near 5 turnovers. Man, get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit.
I wouldn't mind for us getting Aiden. I wouldn't mind getting him.
Oh yeah, I would love Aiden. I
But
would
we,
love
we have
Aiden.
to
You know what I'm saying?
we
Even
have to
though
go somewhere to get him.
I was disappointed in him, but yeah, I'll take Aiden.
Mhm. Would you start him over Embiid?
Yeah, we got a lot of cleaning up that we got to do, man. And but with Daryl Morey, man, it's not happening, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
We beating a dead horse, man, and we possibly gonna be stuck in the same predictable shit that we are. But yo, Steven, man, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, though, bro. I appreciate y'all pulling up Memphis if you're still there, probably up in there snoring and everything. But like the video, share, subscribe, hit the notification so that you are notified, man. Till then, man, Polo Sports Talking Entertainment, man. I get at y'all later.